Working hard, 9 to 5, 2 jobs to survive. She's my supermodel.
What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to my channel. This is Nicole. If you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole. My channel is all about home decor, DIY renovations, really taking you guys through my first house, all of the DIY projects that I'm doing to make it more homey, one project at a time. So today I'm actually in the middle of doing a renovation for my the last renovation for now for my kitchen. If you didn't check out my last video, check it out. I made a home DIY bar in the kitchen. Next week I'll show you guys the full renovation, but in taking a break between that renovation, I wanted to give you guys a review of the stools that I chose. So in my last video I kind of asked for suggestions on what bar stools I should use, color idea or color suggestions. So I ended up getting black. I played it safe because I feel like I can always change the accent colors in the kitchen with like decor stuff versus the chairs, and the chairs could still stick around if they're black. So this is a product review. So I got the chairs, or the bar stools, sorry, from Amazon, and I put a link in the description. So check out the link, look at the reviews. I feel like I wanted to do this because you guys really liked my Wayfair furniture review, but I feel like for Amazon, I was kind of skeptical on getting these stools because people on Amazon, I feel like, are either more real or more inclined to leave a negative review for no reason. It's just a lot of skepticism on Amazon, I guess. So the same stools or similar I found on Wayfair, but obviously with Wayfair you don't get them as fast as you will with Amazon. And I really wanted it so I can do my next video and so I can just get this bar and kitchen like done with. So today's video is the product review. I'm going to take you guys through the process of me and my daughter putting the stools together. I'm going to show you and tell you about the process, pros, cons, experience. I'm going to show you the final outcome of the stools and give you an honest opinion, because when I looked at the reviews, I was skeptical because some people, it was like 50-50. Like some people were like good quality, some people were like don't even waste your money, some people were like bang for your buck type thing. So I'm just like, first of all, it's only like $100 and something, like $120-$130 for 2 stools. So that was super duper cheap. So I'm like, if I get them, like the reviews are 50-50. If I get them and I take a L, it's not that big of a L. So let's see if there's anything else I want to say to you guys. But yeah, it was like a bunch of 1 stars, but then a bunch of in between stars, like not quite 5, but like maybe 4s and maybe like 4s. But I was like, I saw a lot of pictures, I saw a lot of videos, and I guess one of the reviews was like, there are different sellers of this type of stool, the same color, same style, so just be cautious of the seller. And just look at the link that I put in the description so you can see what seller I actually got these stools from. And then shout out to, I can't remember her name, but one girl I found did a YouTube review on the stools as well. And I like the video YouTube reviews because I feel like YouTube reviews are usually more authentic. Like I actually spend my own money on it, so why would I lie with my review? And it's more of a visual to go along with the process, to really see the stools up close, to really see the process, and to really get some honest feedback. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get into putting these stools together, and I'm going to get into telling you guys about them. I know I'm not looking so glamorous today. Don't judge me. I won't judge you. It's a Saturday morning, and I am doing DIY projects, so why would I get glammed up? Let's jump into the video.
Okay, so this is how the box looks. I'm just like gently opening it with a knife, some scissors, but I like how everything is packed. The box was not damaged. You know, sometimes when you order furniture or things, I haven't experienced it with Amazon, but some companies, the box be damaged. But I like how everything came nicely packaged. Each stool came with its own instructions. even though they're in the same box, but that's neither here nor there. But just know that if you only got one at a time, or if you got them all together, you'll have like multiple manuals, which I feel like can be a waste of paper. But I started out just taking everything out, all the pieces out. I find that the most easy when setting up or building furniture. And it's crazy because I just responded to someone's Facebook comment the other day, just talking about, assembly and like ordering stuff online and getting assembly services, or just the struggle of putting stuff up yourself. So taking my time, like I said, for all of my DIY projects or even building projects, it's like you really have to allow time so you can do things properly, and so that it doesn't stress you out. So this is a very simple set of bar stools because it's only a few pieces. It comes with all of the tools you need. You only need the screws or bolts, if you will, and then the L tool. So I'm just kind of showing you guys that was a little dirt like inside of there, which was a kind of a con. I mean, I know it's like a steel or whatever, so I know, it is what it is. I'm not mad about that, but I just noted that and wanted you guys to know that as well. And then the bottom of this one right here, it's kind of bent right there. It's bent, and that's like a defect, but at the same time, it's a cheap stool. I got two for like $120. So what do you expect? I don't expect it to be super, super perfect, but I want it to work, and I want all the pieces to be there. That's the main goal. So finally getting to the point where I'm taking the seats out. The quality looks okay. I mean, it's not going to be genuine leather or anything, but the stitching looks good. I don't see any defects. It's a little dirty on the back side of one of the stools, but I just chuck that to like manufacturing or the warehouse or whatever. My daughter's going to end up joining me to help me with this project, so I had to let her know that we were filming. But the last thing I took out of the box were the little caps for the bottom of the stool, and then the tools. And I like how it's separated by bag, what those screws are for one stool, and then the other screws are for the other stool. So it's only 8 screws in total, 4 for each stool, and then one L-shaped tool to put together each stool. So you start by turning over the seat. So I had to kind of look through the instructions. The instructions, it's only like 3 steps, so it's very straightforward. But I prefer to have a video to show me how to do things. So that's why I thought this video would be helpful to you guys, to just really see it, so that you don't even have to, if you decide to get these stools, you don't even have to like stress about, is this right? What is this? Blah, blah. You don't even have to look at the instructions if you decide to get this. So you just put this part, I don't remember what it's called, but you can look at it and see. You put it on the bottom of the seat. You screw in the 4 bolts. So obviously with any type of furniture or putting things together, you want to put them in by hand. Like screw them in by hand first. Make sure everything fits. Make sure you have all the pieces. And then you can go in with the screwdriver, or in this case, the L-shaped tool to secure it. So I had my daughter working on the other one, and I'm just trying to guide her to show her what to do. Make sure you put this part on correctly, because you want the little, what do you call it? It's like this little thing hanging out on the bottom. It's a footrest, but I don't know what shape to call it. So you want to make sure that that's face the front, and not face where the back of the stool is, because obviously you want it to be where your legs fall and not where your back is, because that's who's built that way, right? So you just kind of put those in, put it in place, put the bolts in. And then some of these little bolts were kind of like not going in properly. Had to do it a couple times. So I would say that's kind of like a defect, but it still worked. Just took a little while to do. Not that long overall. Overall, this whole process to put these 2 together was like less than 10 minutes. Most of that time, I would say, let's say 10 minutes, but most of that time was me taking my time to really unbox and unpackage every item or every piece to the stool. But once it was time to like actually put together, that only took like 5 minutes, to be honest. So tightening those. I hate these little L-shaped tools sometimes, like when you're putting certain things together, if you don't have enough space to twist. You have space, but I like to use the other side, so that was a struggle for me. So then I'm starting to look at the directions again, and I found that the next step is to put the bottom part together. So these are the bases of the stools. Then you have to put that little circle thing on top of the pole as so. So I'm just gonna let y'all watch this because me trying to describe the pieces, just look and do. If you're watching this video as a guy, just look and do. So put that like that. Yep. There you go. Boom. Now move on to the next one. Same thing. The part of this pole with the black that goes to the top, that attaches the top seat or attaches the seat. So then I'm looking at the instructions again, and make sure you watch this video to the end because I didn't pay attention to the details of the third step, and I did something incorrect. So you gotta stay tuned to watch this video to make sure that you do it properly. If you were following this video as a guide, so I just put the top on here after I screwed the base in. Put the tops on, did it on one side, spent it around a little bit. She was having a little too much fun with that. And then just did the same thing to the other stool. And for the most part, it seemed pretty simple and easy, right? It is. But stay tuned. So this is the final look. I just wanted to give you guys a close-up of the stool. Like I said, there's no defects in the stitching, in the texture or whatever, the material, none of that. I wanted to give you guys a close-up of this. This is supposed to be the part that you adjust up and down. So these are adjustable stools, so you can adjust the height. So I let my daughter get into it, and we tried to test out the adjustment part or the adjustable handle, realized that we did something wrong. This is the part I wanted you to stay tuned for. Disregard my feet, okay? This is not about my feet. But yeah, you have to take these caps off, this black cap off, and reveal that little orange part before you put the seat on top. So I hope you guys stay tuned to this part of the video. I hope you got this far so that you're not thinking I'm steering you wrong. So now you put the seats on, and now you are pretty much done. So that was the missing thing for me. That's why the adjustment part wasn't quite working. I will say too, my daughter is under 100 pounds. So if you're under 100 pounds, it will be hard to use the adjustment because when she was sitting in it, she couldn't use the lever. The lever kind of like, it wasn't recognizing her weight to like pull the seat up and down. So I noticed like I just have to help her until she gets older and gains more weight. I mean, she's not underweight or anything, but she's a kid. So right here, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like I'm really trying to, figure out why it's not working for her. And for me trying to, like right here, I had her test it out again. She pulled it up. Nothing's happening. It's supposed to go down because right now it's on the highest adjustment. It's supposed to like just go down like I'm about to show y'all right here, just sitting in mine. So I'm lifting it up first, and then it's supposed to just go down like that. For her, it's not recognizing her weight. So I would say if you're under 100 pounds, the adjustment part you won't be able to do while you're sitting in it. You might have to just stand up, do it, and then sit in it. But for me, boom, I'm over 100 pounds. So just wanted to kind of point that out to you guys.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, that review. I hope it was helpful if you're considering buying stools from Amazon. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'm looking terrible because, like I said, it's a Saturday morning and I'm not really quite ready for the day. I put my robe on because I'm cold, and I'm about to get started on a couple of things for the bar to finish up the kitchen bar, and then I'll show you a final view of that next week. In next week's video, I'll show you the redo of the contact paper for the bar. I'll show you how the bar looks before I wrapped it in contact paper when I just glued the wood on. And I'm doing a couple other things, and then I'll show you the final placement of these bar stools in the kitchen. It's going to be super cute. My daughter's already sitting at the bar, and it's not even done yet. She's loving the stools. And, oh, one thing I wanted to add about the stools before I go. So I am 5'10". So weight-wise, like I said, if you have a weight under 100 pounds, you can obviously sit in it, but it won't recognize your weight as far as being able to adjust it up and down while you're sitting in it. But obviously, there are people saying that, and I'm only 150, so I can't really speak on if your over 200 pounds if you should sit in it or not, but I've heard people say over 200 pounds you probably shouldn't sit in it. So I don't know about that part, but height. So I'm on the taller end, so I'm 5'10", and I would say the seats are pretty comfortable. I like the height because you can obviously adjust it and it's comfortable for a taller person. But as far as the back support, so you guys know in my last video you saw that the stools I had before were back. They had no back, right? So they were not comfortable at all. So going from that to this, I would say it's great. But overall, I think they're comfortable. But because I'm taller, I would prefer a taller back. Right now, for me, it comes down to like 1/3 of my back, as far as where the seat hits. So if it was, maybe if I was a little shorter, it might be a little bit better. Or I would prefer, like, maybe if I upgrade some more expensive bar stools in the future, I would definitely look for a taller back. Even though I like the look of these, it's like really sleek and modern. But I could see if I sit in it for too long, my back will probably end up getting uncomfortable. But like I said, it's an upgrade from what I had before because there was no back support. Obviously for my daughter, she's only 8, so it like fits her perfectly. So for kids, I think it's a great comfort level. But for me, being 5'10", I think I wish the back was a little bit taller. So I think that was something important to note. So I wanted to drop that real quick while I thought about it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in next week's video. It'll be like super dope because the bar is coming together nicely.